Hi doll friends, it's Akemi here. Today's video is going to be my BJD Journey Tag, and my assistant today, who's going to be helping me answer some questions, is Cassie, and she is a FIPO 60 Rin on the Moi body. So I'm going to show her off a little bit. Super cute. I'll talk about her in a little bit, but yeah, let's get to the questions. Number one, how did you first find out about BJDs? So I've always been a doll collector ever since I was little. I grew up in the 80s, so I had, My Little Ponies, which I actually still do collect, as you can see behind me, and Barbies, and Rainbow Bright, Lady Lovely Locks. I had all of it. And then, of course, as you grow up, you sell them, you get rid of them. I've only started getting back into them and collecting them as an adult about maybe 6-7 years ago. And then on one of the forums that I frequent for My Little Pony collectors, there was a section for doll collectors, and that kind of just snowballed from there. I first started collecting Monster High, which I still do. You can see here where my finger is, and pull-ups, which is here. I still collect Monster High here and there, and some Playline dolls, but mostly concentrating now on my BJDs. Question 2, what was your first BJD? My first BJD was a Kid Delph Lutz Annie, which I actually just sold. The character, I wanted to reshell the character's body. So 3, what is your favorite BJD company? I'm a huge fan of Fairyland. I have I think 4 Fairyland dolls. Their posability is just superb. Any Fairyland owner can tell you. I'm also a big fan of Volks, not so much for their super Dolphies, but for their Dolphy Dreams, because I collect Dolphy Dreams too. So Fairyland and Volks. Number 4, in what way do you explore your creativity in this hobby? So when I first started getting into BJDs, I wanted to sew for them. I stole my mom's old sewing machine and just taught myself how to sew, which didn't come out too well. My hand sewing is a little better than my actual machine sewing, so I sew here and there. I also started doing face-ups, and I actually started maybe 4 months ago. I bought all the materials to do face-ups years ago when I first got into the hobby, but I never did anything with it. I tried here and there, but it just never came out right. And then one day, several months ago, I got back into I was kind of in and out of the hobby. Like, I wasn't really looking at dolls. I hadn't purchased any. But then I just got back into it full swing, and then I got back into face-ups. And I actually did Cass's here. I think it came out okay. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this face-up, but that's how you learn and you get better. So number 5, and how did you get started doing this? Okay, well, I just answered that question. Number 6, where do you buy your BJD items from? So clothes, Etsy mostly, and eBay. If I don't make them myself. Wigs, usually from Etsy. This is from Etsy. The seller was Natrim. I, I think I'm saying that wrong, but it's a mohair and it's lovely. For shoes, usually Etsy or eBay. I was even thinking about trying to make my own shoes. I found some really good tutorials online, so we'll see how that goes. And then for eyes, I like Mako. And she actually has some Mako eyes in right now. I don't know the number, but I believe it's the owl? No. I don't know. I forget what make and number, but I like Mako eyes. And they're urethane eyes. Number 7, do you have a certain style you like for your BJDs? Not necessarily. I do like dolls with tattoos and piercings. I gave Cass a nose piercing. This is just glued on. But yeah, all my dolls have different styles, so I guess it just depends on their personality. I don't do the like elaborate backstory either. I'm not that creative. But yeah. Number 8. What size do you prefer or have the most of? I have mostly MSDs. I'm starting to realize I'm kind of leaning towards preferring MSDs now. As you spend more time in this hobby, your tastes kind of change and evolve. MSDs are just easier to handle, and you can make them look like little adults or little kids, so they can range. It's hard to do that with like a YOSD, or make a YOSD look adult or an SD look like a kid. So yeah, I think MSD size, middle size, very versatile. Number 9, do you have more male than female dolls? Why? I have more female dolls. I don't have a preference, it's just how it came about. I just like the sculpt, and they ended up being females. So number 10, tell us a little about one of your dolls. Okay, so I guess I will talk about Cass. So again, she is a People 60 Ren in the tan skin and moe body. I got her, I think last December, through Denver Dolls. Love them. Anytime I order from Fairyland, I go through Denver Dolls. And her backstory, so again, like I mentioned, I don't really do the whole backstory thing. I don't write stories. I don't have original characters. My dolls represent more styles of clothing or just styles in general that I like. And for Cass, I wanted to give her a kind of grunge 90s feel. I think the makeup came out the way I wanted, but I have to redo her wardrobe because obviously this bow is not very grunge. It is cute though, but not exactly the style I wanted for her. So 11, have you ever sold a doll? Why or why not? I have. I've sold 2 dolls. So the first doll I sold was a Dalmore Caddish Rhea, the red version. Reason being, as beautiful as she was, I just wasn't doing anything with her. She was just kind of sitting on the shelf. And I just didn't really bond with her. I did buy her sister though. You see where my finger is? That is a Caddish Rhea Russian version. I'll do a review of her maybe in a later video. The second doll, as I mentioned, that I sold was my Let's Kid Delphani, and that's because I wanted to reshell his character. So I know I mentioned I'm not good at creating original characters, but his personality, he was my first doll, so he kind of developed a personality of his own over the years, and I just wanted to give him another body. Number 12. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. It sounds like I have a frog in there. Ooh. Number 12. Where do you go to connect to other BJD collectors? I usually go on DOA or other forums. And then I am part of a Facebook selling group, but I don't post in there too much. So I guess mostly DOA. Oh, and I do have some local collectors I meet up with every once in a while. We actually have a meetup tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Number 13, do you tell everyone about your BJDs, or is it more private? The people close to me know I collect. Like, my boyfriend knows, and he doesn't care because he collects things too. So we're both nerds, and we both collect weird things. Some of my close friends know. They don't care. At first they thought it was a little weird, but then I'm weird, so they kind of expected it. And I even brought one of my dolls out with us when we went to a local anime convention one year. So, but I don't go around announcing, hey, I'm Sheena and I collect dolls, you know. So if it comes up in conversation, I'll mention it, but I won't really get into it unless they, you know, show interest. Number 14, how old are you? I'm in my early 30s. I'll just put it that way. And number 15, what is your grail doll? My grail doll. So I don't really have any. It was a Minifee Chloe because that was the first sculpt I saw, and that sculpt made me fall in love with BJDs. That and my Dream of Doll shawl. So I guess they would have been my grail dolls. I do have dolls on my wish list, but no grail dolls as of yet. And that is it. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I thank you. If you liked it, please thumbs up. And if you want, you can subscribe as well. I plan to do more reviews of some of the dolls I have, box openings for sure, and I guess just like vlogs. Again, thanks for watching and have a doll-tastic day. Bye!